These are the final project requirements for your Com 218 online class. You will be doing a final project about media convergence, and you will prepare a report on the history and ownership of a major U.S. media corporation. Your 150-point final project will consist of 4 major sections. First, you'll construct a narrative of the company's history. Make sure to highlight important people, important acquisitions, and important asset sales. That will be 2 to 3 pages of narrative. You will also create a timeline detailing the history of your company that will be 1 to 2 pages and an appendix to your paper. You'll receive 30 points in this section if you're accurate and completely thorough. The second section will be a visual representation of the media entities that are currently owned by your corporation in the form of a flow chart. This can be a 1 to 2 page appendix, or it can be alternative delivery methods, such as a website or a poster scanned in. This will be worth 30 points for accuracy, thoroughness, and design of the chart. The next section in Unit 1 following this assignment is a clip from the television show 30 Rock that humorously illustrates how media corporations have different entities that work with one another. Here you can see a sample organizational chart where at the top is the Director of Public Works, and then underneath that you can see different offices and entities and their interrelationships. Your organizational chart should somewhat resemble this. The third section of your paper should walk through that chart that you've constructed and highlight links among various commonly held assets. So organizational convergence, where the same entertainment content is delivered across a variety of communication technologies, is one thing you would like to highlight, and another is convergent journalism, where a single news organization gathers information to be reported across print, broadcast, and online media. This section should be 2 to 3 pages, and it will be worth 20 points. Section 4 includes 2 possible conflicts of interest that have occurred in the past, where other media conglomerates reported things that yours did not because it was a corporate conflict of interest. For example, Disney owns ABC. If there is a scandal at one of the Disney theme parks, you could look to see how ABC reported on it versus that of CBS, NBC, or other media conglomerates. That's what you're supposed to do in this section. Describe the incident, describe how the reporting of one of your conglomerate's outlets differed from that of others owned by different conglomerates, and what the implications of that are for evaluations of source credibility. This is 2 to 3 pages and will be worth 40 points for description, attached examples you reference to illustrate the difference in the news coverage, or web links to those stories, and your critical analysis of the events. Other things to consider: I want you to submit this as a Word document in 12-point Times New Roman font. Make sure that you correct any grammar errors and make sure that you proofread. I will take a point off for each error all the way down to 15 points. This needs to be proper length as well, at least 6 pages of text, plus your timeline appendix, your flowchart appendix, and any attached articles or web links for the conflict of interest section. Finally, you need a complete reference page in proper APA style with credible sources. I will be grading that on the credibility of your sources and whether or not it is, in fact, an APA style. Here are the conglomerates you have to choose from. First is Disney, who owns ABC, Buena Vista Motion Pictures Group, ESPN, and Miramax. Next is Viacom CBS. They own CBS, CBS Radio, Simon & Schuster Editing Group, and a 50% ownership stake in the CW. Time Warner owns CNN, Time, AOL, and the other 50% ownership stake in the CW. Bertelsmann has Arvato, Direct Group, RTL Group. GE has NBC Universal and Telemundo, Universal Pictures, Focus Features, MSNBC, Bravo, and Sci-Fi. And News Corp owns the Fox Broadcasting Company, FX, the New York Post, TV Guide, HarperCollins, and 20th Century Fox. This is just a sampling of what these conglomerates own. That's your final project. Let me know if you have any questions through Blackboard email.